always gone to dealerships, I've always said to the salesman, sell me something. Don't expect me just to come there and go, I want that one. Make me want something. That's your job. So, you join me the morning after the morning from the afternoon before. And I'm sure many of you have seen the countless threads on every social media platform about the new GSA. And I will be honest, it's vaguely growing on me. Not enough to want to buy one, but maybe it's not that bad. As with all BMW products when they first come out. But you find me today on this very wet and rainy summer's day in a reflective mood. So this is going. He's going back next week. And I'm going to get my arse handed to me, which I'll come on to. And I've decided he's going. But I can't afford to get rid of him yet. But that's going to go. Because that's just better than that. As much as I love that, that's going. So if anybody wants that, please contact me. Now, I've spent every waking moment for the last day on BMW Motorrad website and Auto Trader configuring various combinations of what I think to be the best financial deal, what's the best bike to meet my need, what am I going to use the bike for, am I going to do as many miles as I've done before, trying to wrestle with the finances, trying to wrestle with my own bullshit, because as always with bikes, I've loved all bikes for all reasons forever. Same with cars, really. Now, for the 24, 25 motorbikes I've had 40 plus cars. And when I've always gone to dealerships, I've always said to the salesman, sell me something. Don't expect me just to come there and go, I want that one. Make me want something. That's your job. But very much on the motorbike front this time, I keep doing this a loop. So I've gone back to everything I've ever ridden at Motorrad, and I do need a bike that will quite comfortably go up shitty lanes and sit on the motorway. So do everything. So we're into the world of GS. If that 1250 had not been to the moon and back already, and I was slowly making it worth nothing, I'd probably keep it because it's a great bike and I love it. And we've been through a lot together. Bless, eh? And then I was thinking, do I get the new R1300? Now, when I give that back, the panniers are going to go because obviously they don't fit. And I don't like the new panniers on the 1300. The central locking stuff, I think that's solving a problem no one's particularly had. So I would end up with a fully naked bike with no luggage for £24,000, let's say, or £23,000, which does everything that does. So we just keep that. But I don't want that because it's done too many miles. So now I was going, what about the last of the 1250 GSAs? Bear with me. Motion sensitive lighting. So what about the last of the 1250 GSAs? They're on a cracking deal at the moment. It's a phenomenal bike. I've always wanted one. I didn't get one when I bought that because that was on a good deal and the GSA wasn't. So do I undo the wrongs that I've previously had? Or does that just put me in a place where I've got the same bike I sort of had and it's kind of old hat? And as much as that doesn't bother me now, within a year's time, will it bother me that I've got an older bike? So I did some maths. So that's done 17,000 miles. And those 17,000 miles, I work from home. I don't travel anywhere other than for pleasure, let's say this. But I've had that bike for 2 years, less than 2 years, a year and a half. And I have done approximately 3,000 miles going to the supermarket, which is mental. But because I've got panniers, I can do a load of shopping. First world problems, right? White middle class problems, maybe. Now, if I got a new GS, I wouldn't put the panniers on because I don't like it, which means I wouldn't go to the supermarket so often, which means I wouldn't go shopping all the time, which means I'd put less miles on my bike, which means it would cost me less a month, and I would save money from not going grocery shopping all the time. That's an idea, isn't it? but it's more money a month. It's tricky. But to give you the detail on what that's cost me. So, I can't remember what I paid for it, but I've been paying 279 English pounds a month for 18 months. And I put it on a 4,000 mile PCP, which, knowing I've done 17,000 miles is fucking lunacy. But at the time, I'd never done so many miles on a bike. I've never kept a bike this long, frankly. But I've used that all the time. It's my primary transport because I love it so much. And normally, I thought, well, if I put 4,000 down, I might do 6. So over the term, I'm going to get my arse handed to me a little bit, but nothing I couldn't stomach. However, 17,000 miles in a year and a half. It's costing me £4,000 to get out of that bike. So before I even put a deposit down on whatever I'm going to get next, it's £4,500 just to get out of that. They're offering me 11.5, 12 for it, which is, I think, is a fair price. But I do recognise that if I hit the 20,000 mile mark on that bike, it's going to be worth under 10. And then it's scrap value almost. By the time I finish it with it, it'll have 60, 70,000 miles on it, and then I'm sort of stuck with it forever. So, as you can see here, putting on the screen, we first configured the 719 1300. Yes, I like the green, less I like the gold. Yes, I like the billet stuff. But that pack comes at a £2,000 premium. Is it worth a £2,000 premium for the billet pack? I don't know. As a base bike, if you wanted to do anything with it, you've kind of gone green, so that's like, it is what it is, and at that point, so that's a no. Then I looked at the trophy. I like the trophy, but I don't like the white rear subframe. I think that will look shitty after a while. So then we're back into triple black. But maybe we're gold wheels. And if I could get black exhaust, that would be nice. But I'm thinking of taking this bike, if I get it, into like a large enduro. So that's my thought process. I was dead set on buying the GSA, the new one, and here we are 2 days later with my head a kerfuffle trying to solve a problem which isn't really a problem. But I do know there's plenty of 1300s out there, brand new, sat in England, ready to go. And I would like to thank Dick Lovett Motorrad in Bristol for their patience with me, and Steve Ridge specifically, the chap that's been in other interviews, for him willing to finagle various deals so I can try to figure this out. This will be my 5th bike from them in the last, since just before COVID. What's that, 5, 6 years? So yeah, let's see what tomorrow brings. Cheers.